Hi guys. Okay, first off we're going to do this angle here. I should be able to show that to you. We're going to do that to I want to do that to about the halfway point. Then we'll come back and do this angle here, and that should leave us with 1/8 of an inch flat on the top. So let's get started. I'm not really used to this at all. Quite a ways to go. There's one advantage here is you can control the heat, I think. That was way too hot, but that's not a critical surface. A little bit more. Okay. And next setup is going to be a 90. And we need to move our pins for that. Take this find my square. And this is set a little greater than 90. And hopefully this is going to be this is the surface we want to this is the surface we're going to want to watch our temperature. I think more so when we get towards the end of our cut. Well, there's a couple of things that trouble me here. Number one is I think I got things way too hot. So we'll have to test that for hardness. And it's not too bad. It's pretty hot. And number two, maybe I need to dress the wheel a little bit. Let's cool that down a little bit. Bring it back over here. Well, great catch, huh? Okay. I tell you what, it needs a hell of a lot more work. I think maybe not. Let's take it over to the wheel and see what we can do with it on the wire wheel. Here I am with the wood and steel machine shop or tool shop. He's always doing this carry the camera around thing. Look just like him. Not that fond of this one. What I might do is hit this one on the manual wheel and then come back and finish up with the cutter grinder, cleaning it up. Let's turn off our phase converter. Yeah, I'm thinking that we started off fine here. We got that surface good. I'd like to have this straighter, and I think that has to do with my centering the wheel. But I don't have much of a ledge here. It is an open 90. What we want. And you know what? It might be just fine. I'm thinking it should be in a lot deeper, but the more meat behind this edge, probably the better. Although it may have an effect on... Now this is one of the original ones, and it's... Let me get the camera back on so I can see the viewer. I'm looking at this ledge here. Okay. So I'm looking at this ledge in comparison to this ledge, how deep that is. Now this is obviously a little deeper, but this is pretty close to being there. Now where is the piece that I want to use for my new piece? I think I carried it into the grinder to use it as a reference. I meant to polish the top of this off. This is the rough saw. I guess I could part that with the lathe. Let me go get the other piece. Okay, here's the other piece. Now it's got a lot more of a ledge. I just don't know if you're seeing that well or not. So there's the two ledges that I made. Okay, here's the ledge that came off the machine. I think if I put a radius on this, I'd like to clean the top of that off. I think I might have a part. The open 90 is kind of too faceted on this one, but I think we have a working part there. Okay, this battery's about dead. I'm gonna give this some consideration, but I think we have two working pieces. This one here is quite a bit taller. I need to double check what that's going to mean. So there's 987. This is 917. So I'm probably going to have to take, so this is 990. This is the one I just did, 990. I'm going to have to take some of that down to get down to 917. So we got 70 thousandths to come off of this. So I'll take a couple thousandths off the top and take the rest off the bottom. The bottom has this, you know, whatever was on there before I got the piece. I think we might have the two pieces that we're going to use. I mean, they could be worse and still do the job. I mean, obviously, this one was doing just really, this is the reverse one, and it was doing fine. Well, it's going to do better now. All right, guys. Little Kimberzelik cutter grinder action. Okay, kind of happy with this. I used the Kimberzelik grinder to actually do the radius on here, which is something I didn't know how to do. But since I have a radial grinding jig, I figured it had to be possible. So I just pulled the pins out and gave it a little twist on there. But you know, I'm very happy with this. I got to cut it to length. The largest diameter, the largest length I can get on this, if I go to the back of this, can we see this? I go to the back of this gear to the top of that dog. The biggest reading I get is, I think I got as high as 130, 930. And I am, hold on a minute here. So my tallest reading is 924. This is the wrong one. Here it is. And I'm at 959, so I got plenty of, I was freaking out because it wasn't going to work. But these are both prototypes, and this is the reverse gear, and I got 911, 96. Here I am, 915, 918. So I grew this one a little bit, and this one we need to cut down to size yet. But man, I'm thrilled. Got to use the cutter grinder. Doing this so I can see what you're saying. Yeah, you out of here and bring you up. Right here. And you come up. So here's forward. Lots of shoulder, lots of essentially a lot of wear, I guess. You know, if this edge wears, I have a lot of back there, a lot of backbone. Let's call it that. And using the cutter grinder, I actually got this flat up here more concentric with, or more square with the piece.